The conservation movement in this country began approximately 120 years ago. This movement was led and founded by individuals who cared deeply about the natural resources of this nation, particularly its wildlife resources. And they also cared deeply about their own traditions of hunting and wilderness experience. In essence, they cared deeply about their country. This movement established the system of policies, laws, conventions, and regulations that today we recognize as the North American model of wildlife conservation. This remains the only continental framework of its kind in the world and has been spectacularly successful in recovering and maintaining wildlife populations throughout North America. This system of wildlife conservation was substantially led and significantly maintained by individuals who supported sustainable use programs of wildlife. However, it was also supported by legions of other individuals, many of whom were non-hunters. Over time, this broad coalition for conservation has become fractured. And in this fracturing lies great risk for the North American model of conservation. We know that there are many social, political, and economic forces that are changing the landscape with respect to conservation in this nation and on this continent. Massive energy development, the changes in demographics in society, the changes in cultural makeup, the financial challenges that the nation now faces. All of these are significant influences and help support a decline in the support for the conservation of wildlife, a decline that we simply cannot afford to risk. What has been especially critical in this regard is the decline in hunters and anglers, leading to a weakening of the conservation movement. Idaho recognizes these problems and sees these trends and is concerned about the future. It has reason to be concerned. We need to begin the process of reformulating a broad and deep coalition for the conservation of wildlife in this nation. We need to find ways to bring groups together rather than force them apart. Everyone, myself included, recognizes that we can no longer do this alone. A house divided unto itself cannot stand. We need to forge a broad coalition of parties that will commit to wildlife conservation and do so with the same vigor as the founders of this movement did 120 years ago. This is our challenge, and we simply cannot fail. Attend the Idaho Conservation Summit. Play your part in building the Conservation Coalition.